It's neither there is no Farah, but there's still Echo and Freya, but I think I can handle it. But we have Cassidy, he can take care of them.
Alright, so main things in this comp, you're running Juno Moira. Probably not gonna get that much healing, which is fine. But just pay attention to when your Doom's going in, and then trying to sync your pressure with your Doom Fist is kind of the key thing that I'm looking for. Of
Mm.
course, I wouldn't, depending on the comp, dive bombing might not be viable. But yeah. Sure, fine. Going Slam's fine. See what comp they have first. D.Va, sure. Them, okay. If you can keep that angle, it's fine. You can maybe go push to the right side a little bit more. Try and look for a one shot. Okay, unfortunate. Fine, you can see maybe the high ground, not get sure. So yeah, after you might die here actually. A good trap's okay. You could have gone to the high ground there during your concussion. You can look for a one shot onto
Mm.
the Symmetra again here, maybe. D.Va's low, fine, sure. Flank a bit deeper after you kill D.Va. Okay. Okay, so yeah, after you kill D.Va, you could have moved to the left side and gone for a deeper angle. You can get the Mercy for sure. Okay, fine. Okay. Keep the high ground here, don't overextend too much. That goes there.
Yeah.
Don't want to play too close. Leave, fine. Still leave, still leave, still leave, still leave, still leave. Sure. Pretty low here. Yeah, so just creating more distance against D.Va really and not over peaking. I think after she got trapped, I would leave immediately. Because she can fly on two immediately.
Okay.
Okay. Sure, your cast is dead, your Doom's currently going in. Okay, fine. D.Va no boosters. Maybe go to the right side after this bomb goes off. Sure. You can get that. You can get that carry for sure. Nice, good kill. Maybe go for more. This is fine too. You can walk forward, look for more aggressive angles. Someone's below you. Get the echo. Nice. Symmetra. Take your time. Take your time. Nice. So that angle there to the top right is really important because it got you that Kiriko kill, and then you obviously just chain kills from there.
Yeah.
It's like after D.Va uses boosters, or after she's like relatively far away from you, that's your signal to go for a deeper angle. Of course, now you've got Tyre,
Yeah.
so it's last fight too. You can milk it. Don't go too early. Don't go too early. Just look at your Doom even if you need to, or go for. Yeah, it's fine. Timing's okay. Nice kill. Nice. Okay. Sure.
Why go there? Is that three?
And that should be the point. Yeah. So nice job there. There's some tiny thing. Honestly, that was pretty well played. I think those last two fights they were pretty decent. Um, I think after you got the tie kill, I would just again chillax for a little bit. You're two man up. You know you're in a 5v3, and you almost ended up dying there. So just chillaxing a little bit. But in terms of your positioning and where you're going to and where you're starting the fight off, that tie was again good. Um, Pretty solid so far. And a little bit could have gone for better angles in the first fight or second fight, but barring that, nothing crazy. Now here, I think
Yeah.
it's the Sanctum. Get Sanctum. So try and play the enclosed room. I think it's to the right side of this map. I think it's to your right side is where you wanna play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just be careful playing too close to D.Va if she does end up going your side.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'll save this mine for later.
That's fine. Maybe set up a trap here. Nice. Fine. And no stickies. You can peek a little bit. Sure. Fine. You can peek a little bit deeper. Your Moira's with you. So you can go a little bit deeper. Iris is far away. Sure. Yeah, I'd be pushing with your Moira. I would not be looking at Orisa right now. Orisa's low HP now, so that's fine. But initially, you can get the Orisa, nice. But yeah, initially after you saw your Moira deep in the angle, then you can go with your Moira. Be careful against Widow. Ooh, yeah. I would mind myself up first. If you know Widow's there, just mind yourself up. So it's harder for her to shoot you. Okay, also fine. Sure. This is fine. So you can maybe set up a trap to your left side. Scared of people coming behind you. Fine. Hey, I wouldn't go all the way here. Yeah, because the angle's not great. You can't see anything, right? The angle's really awkward.
Yeah. Okay.
But going back here is fine. You can just spam the choke in the meantime. You know, fortify, your Moira's dead. Maybe look for a one-shot on their backline, potentially. Or maybe go right side. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Fine. Fine. Yeah, I'd look for a trade or die on point. Nothing crazy. I'm pretty unfortunate that your Moira ended up dying though. You can get out maybe. Yeah, nice. Get the Mega. Go, yeah, keep pushing the angle. Keep pushing the angle. Yeah, so after you got the Mega, I would have gone behind them. I would have gone through that doorway to your right. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep
I
going.
can try it.
Dropping down's okay. Be a bit careful though, nice. Good deepening of the angle there. You can get that echo. Nice. That should be the fight one. Cool. Yeah, after you got that Mega, then you can keep going right side. Trap, that's fine, yeah. Okay, if you play this fight slowly, you can get it to last fight territory, and then you can just tire. Okay, Anna's there. Sure. Okay, sure. Maybe go for tire now. Be a little bit careful of it though. Yeah, you can hide in that right side doorway. That's nice. Yeah. Coalescence going in. Okay. Sure. It's a little bit late, but it's fine. Third. A little bit slower there on the. A little bit too far away there rather than from the Nitro Tower, but it's fine. And they can't touch. Okay.
That was a bit quick.
Fairly quick, yeah. I'm fine with going with another game, but the queue is fairly long, like 4 or 5 minutes. So, and there's still a lot of tough to talk about in that game as well. But,
Expected.
yeah, whatever.
I think I turned it off accidentally.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can either give me that code. Another game, but
So I think I will give you the.
yeah, history replays.
Here it is.
Just put that in real quick. EX0. Great. Alright. So despite how quick it goes, there's still a lot of stuff to, I guess, mention or go through. I guess the first thing, or like the first few fights are a little bit they're not optimal as how I would describe it, and I'll sort of explain or show why. This angle here is fine. We're shooting. It's fine. Like we're doing damage behind cover. This is okay. I don't really mind this. Whatever. We see D.Va going in now. It's really important that when D.Va uses boosters, so I need to do a little bit explaining of how D.Va works as a character to sort of explain how you outplay D.Va, how you play around D.Va. But D.Va's a character where anyone within a 10-meter radius of D.Va is safe, regarding her teammate, and she carries this like 10-meter radius wherever she moves. So if she moves, like let's say, looks like she's flying onto your Juno. Let's say she moves onto your Juno. She carries a 10-meter radius to where anyone that's with her Juno, or anyone that's with her in this radius is going to be safe. So maybe her Symmetra walks with the D.Va, and then Symmetra's safe inside this area. Generally. The reason why this is how D.Va works is because of Matrix and Defense Matrix. And of course, wherever D.Va moves, she carries the zone. This is where boosters becomes really important because D.Va can do everything in the game. She can brawl tanks, she can dive certain characters, she can fly back and protect her supports and peel her supports basically, or she can mark your angle. And when she pops booster or when she uses booster, she's essentially choosing one of these options. She can only choose one of these options at a time. So, if she decides to go, and again, it looks like to me she's going on top of your Juno. If you see that, then move around the D.Va or do something that D.Va can't sort of impact or protect, right? So if she's flying onto your Juno, she can't help her Symmetra. She can't help her Mercy because she used boosters beforehand, right? And boosters on a 4-second cooldown. So if she flies onto, again, we'll see where she flies to. It goes into your Juno, right? This tells you that you need to flank here and go for these guys, or look for a one shot, right? Now, let's see what we do instead. We might go for the one shot here, but we'll see what we do instead, right? Okay, we shoot a Symmetra turret instead, right? And this is the really key mentality thing. Like, the second I saw this D.Va fly off your screen, you need to immediately go right side and take her space and look for a one shot.
Wait a minute, I think you're not sharing the screen.
I'm not sharing the screen. Oh wait, hang on. I should be showing. Can you see the writing on the screen as well? Or the little.
I don't see. I see only your profile picture, nothing else.
Let me stop the stream and do it again because maybe Discord. Thank you. See that?
No, I don't see anything.
Right. I can show you what I can screenshot to you what my screen looks like.
Maybe. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, great. So yeah, the point of being, I go back a little bit. Yeah, back over here. And D.Va, in your POV, in your point of view, she uses boosters, right? And she goes onto your Juno, right? So when this happens, when this person goes onto Juno, I would expect you to flank the right side and look for a one shot onto these characters, right? Now, if you go to your POV and look at what you did instead, right? We're shooting a sim turret, right? And we're not looking for a one shot onto the Symmetra or into any of these characters for that matter of fact, right? And let's say, oh, but they're too far away, right? This Kiriko's too far away, right? Oh, the Symmetra might go here. That's fine, right? What you can do instead is deepen your angle, walk forward and deepen your angle, or you can concuss mine up self, so you can concuss from here up to the high grounds. Then you can start going for the one shot. That's fine too. But either of these options at this level of play are completely fine to do. And the key thing that tells you to do this is those D.Va boosters. The second that you saw this happen on your screen, the second that you see this, you need to move to the backline. Because, again, D.Va can't heal her backline. She just can't, right? She can't fly from... If she flies into your Juno right now, she can't, for 4 or 5 seconds, there's a window of time where she can't heal for her backline, right? And let's switch things up here a little bit, right? Where should you move if D.Va, for some reason, flies back to her team? Flies back to... Right? How should you move in accordance with that?
Maybe start poking from a back because she is protecting everyone else who is there.
Right. So what we can do is stand here on this little corner, maybe like, again, somewhere around here, right? And spam, right? Why can't we do that? Well, there's nowhere else to really move. D.Va's giving up all the space because she's flying away, so she's stacking with her team. She's giving up all the space for it, right? So we're able to freely spam, and there's not going to be a consequence for you doing that. What else can you do here as well? It's a similar thing, but how could you maybe move if D.Va were to again fly to her backline? Where can you maybe move to? And that's fairly safe.
Maybe the high ground above the point.
Exactly, right? You can concuss mine up to here, and you still have a great angle, right? And you can also, from here, deepen your angle. You can go through here and go for that same or similar kind of one-shot thing that you could have done beforehand. So that could have been quite nice, right? But again, the key takeaway is where should I move as Junkrat when D.Va uses boosters? And that's the key takeaway. And clearly, because your character's built around the one-shot mechanic, that's what you're looking for onto the Symmetra here. Okay, so slightly missed opportunity there, and I remember at the beginning I said, you know, it's not about what you do, it's about what you don't do. And what you don't do there is go for the one-shot onto the Symmetra. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Okay, here again you end up stumbling into the Symmetra. You miss the shot, but you get the nade. This is okay, but once you're in midair, where should you be moving to? Once you're in the middle of the air,
The high ground.
yeah, like strafing and moving to the right side,
Yeah.
right? Instead, I think we fall back to the low ground here, right? And this is obviously not a safe place to play. And in any higher rank, you will die here immediately as a result. Now, I guess like we can qualify or we can call this, you know, it, like again with the one shot itself, right? Like, mate, because you're trying to one shot the Symmetra here, and you accidentally, or you not even accidentally, right? But you unintentionally boost yourself up in the air, right? So when you do this, I guess the second layer is, you know, the first layer is, okay, we're gonna go for the one shot, right? That makes sense. I guess the second layer is moving during the one shot, or after the one shot, after the one shot is like the second layer of that too. And obviously in this situation, if you're really close to someone, you're within that 3-meter range where a nade affects you or your mine affects you, then yeah, you're gonna move to the top right angle. A missed opportunity there, and again, I think you live this. Yeah, somehow you live that, which, you know, it's like it's kind of a shock. Trap is fine. Trap's okay. Don't mind it. Okay, capping point there is okay too. And again, D.Va has now decided, you know what? I'm gonna fly top right, and I'm gonna move away. Now we'll talk about this in a moment, but I want to quickly say here: can the enemy team see you right now?
Maybe through the thing on the left. I don't know how it's
And
called.
maybe the greats basically, yeah, maybe through the greats, right? But would or can the enemy team do anything? Or rather, let me phrase it in a different way. What potential places can you move to from here? So this was one potential place you can move to, right? Like this. Just the camera in a better place. You can move from here to here. That's where you did move. What other places can you move?
Could have tried to mine jump up to the high ground again, maybe.
Yeah, you could do that. You could like mine up, put a mine here, put a mine here, and then jump up to high ground again. That could be okay, right? What else can you move to?
Maybe fall back to the health pack in the back.
I wouldn't say all the way to the health pack, but this is the main option, right? Falling back here,
Yeah.
and then we can again look for a one shot around the D.Va. And the reason I bring this up, I call these. This is not specific to Junkrat, but it's an idea that's universal to every character in the game. These are called mid-fight rotations, and all they really are is just looking to move to different positions in the mid-fight. That's all it is, and this would be an example of one of them, right? Now, can you think of a reason as to why you would want to move here or to the left instead of moving like this?
There are my support who can heal me, and there's a lot more people who can fight with me if the D.Va tries to dive me.
Right? So you actually get support is a good factor. That's one big reason. What about the distance you have from D.Va?
It's really far away, so she will deal little to no damage to me.
Exactly, right? Like it's going to be expensive or it's going to be costly for her to fly onto you as a result of that. So if you play here, it's going to be harder for D.Va to mark you. Play back over here, which is good for you. Because again, you don't want D.Va flying onto you. As we again next fight, we'll see that happen. But that's again some of the reasons as to why you want to move here instead of playing here. Because obviously D.Va's easily able to fly onto you and mark you really easily. And not just the D.Va, the Symmetra too, and she can burst you down as well. There's also linking back onto this idea as well, D.Va might not know that you flank over here because you've got cover to use. Now, of course, the grates, the little holes, right, might mess it up slightly. But the point being is that I think we can both agree moving to the left here is more unpredictable than coming around here because we're in cover. There's more cover for us to use, and she can't directly see us. It's a bit more unpredictable. It's less telegraphed. It's harder for her to see, things like that. And that makes your character more dangerous. Again, we look at what's the fight where you got the most amount of value? It's the fight where they had no idea you were playing in this room, where you were hidden. It's very untelegraphed. It's not predictable that you were here at all. And that's the sort of like, at high level play as well, that's where Junkrat becomes really powerful too. But yeah. So a lot of stuff there basically, a lot of explaining as to why you want to move just backwards here instead of going forwards. But it's important to go through this stuff because in high level play or in higher level play, you're gonna play into D.Vas or tanks that will absolutely destroy you for doing this kind of play, right? Like if you peek around this angle into a good D.Va, she'll fly onto you and she'll flick up and play back here anyways. And it's really like risky to do that kind of thing as Junkrat. But yeah, this is like not a great position to play in accordance with D.Va. Now, thankfully, she does fly away from you, as you can see. So, very obviously, what can we do now as a result of her flying away?
We can we can try to one-shot the Symmetra or
Exactly.
someone else who is behind her.
Exactly, right? And there's not really much D.Va can do to stop that, which is flying away from you. So, I think that's exactly what we do here. I hope. When she flies back to the point anyways, right? She boops you away, right? And almost we can kind of see, right? Let's put the camera. Let's back up here a little bit. Let's put the camera back here. And let's say you were playing here the entire time, right? And so when D.Va flies to point, oh, D.Va's there. I can go left side and look who's here, right? And that's the important thing. It's outmaneuvering the D.Va and playing distance. And that's why I was saying take this angle here. Because it's harder for her to mark you from here because of that distance. So yeah, that would have been a nice or a missed opportunity there, right? Like had you flanked through here, that's an easy kill, right? Onto the Symmetra. But yeah. It's not like, again, it's not like this is fine, right? Shooting D.Va's okay here, right? But yeah. Okay. That should be a one fight, I think. Cool. Cool. Right. Angle is good, you're deepening the angle here, nice, right? And this allows you to see the Mercy, which is nice, right? So, again, this is the power of deepening the angles here, right? This is a good example of it from your ends. Where you go from point A, point B. Right? This is a mid-fight rotation. This is a good mid-fight rotation. And it allows you to shoot the Mercy and try and get the kill. Now, I think mechanically, I think you missed the nade. You hit the mine. I'm not going to cry about mechanics there too much. Like, mechanically, it's already fairly hard to hit the one-shot on Junkrat, and it becomes easier once you get the perk, so I'm not going to cry about mechanics here too much, but that's a good example of flanking. Okay. This fight is where things get interesting. This fight is where things are really interesting. So, I guess my question here is, like, Jap's okay. I prefer it in the corner, just because it's harder for the enemy team to shoot it, and D.Va should be able to see this, to be honest. But anyways, my question here really is, why stay this close to this angle here? To D.Va, specifically. Why stay there for so long?
I don't really know.
Right. I think, honestly, it's probably that you don't value, or not even value, right? But you're not that scared of D.Va. In fact, she gets trapped, right? But again, a better D.Va will just fly over this little wall and shoot you, and then you're a little bit screwed because she'll eat your concussion mines. You can't run away. She'll eat your shots, so you can't shoot back, and there's a good chance that you end up dying there as a result. So it's really important that you don't, again, play too close to the D.Va. I've got an idea that's linked about this too. I call it risk baiting. Oh, that's not a good color. And all this really means is you're baiting the enemy hero to make a risky play or take risk to clear you. So what an example of that might look like is like playing maybe back here, right? Back around here. So you're playing here, and D.Va was playing around about here, right? This is so much distance. This is way too much distance for D.Va to cross, right? And is it dangerous for D.Va? I think it is. Your team's here. You can see your Dooms underneath the high grounds. You can very easily back off of the high grounds, right, and get support, right? It's risky for D.Va to fly all that distance to try and mark you out, right? That's what risk baiting really refers to. I mentioned it briefly in my in like a venture video I made a while ago. And actually, I'm working on a Junkrat video right now, and I mentioned
Yeah, I
this
saw that.
idea. I mentioned this idea in the script there too, about playing those sort of positions, but it's dangerous for people to come and clear you. So yeah, and whereas here we're just way too close. We're way too close. It's not risky for D.Va at all to come and clear us. So yeah. Okay, mine's okay. Again, a better D.Va will eat your mine, but regardless. And then here you double back. You walk forward, right? You try and look for D.Va here, right? And again, I'm curious about this because you should be quite scared about D.Va, right? So, what made you like walk in front of D.Va here, or walk back to D.Va basically?
I thought I have enough health to, I don't know, at least deal some damage to her.
Right.
I didn't notice she had a mercy pocket, so yeah, that was stupid from me.
I guess there's two things, right? I guess the first thing is like, was it reasonable to expect D.Va getting a mercy pocket hit? I don't think that's reasonable. I mean, there's a ping here, right? But I'm not gonna cry about it too much. I don't think the mercy pocket affects it too much, right? What I'm really scared about is you dying here against D.Va, because D.Va can blow you up really quickly if you're really close to D.Va. And again, the Matrix is scary because it eats everything that you have on the character. So instead, where else can we move to?
Down to my, down to the lower ground, there's one of my teammates.
Right, so we can go down here, and then we can either do this, go here. Right, what else can we move
Yeah.
to, maybe?
Maybe back out even more to the health pack and yeah, the health pack.
Which health pack? Like the one over here, or the one...
Uh, the one in the back.
Um,
Or
honestly, I
well,
think either
yeah,
health pack that you do isn't particularly... Like, this is too far away, and so is this. The health packs in the Mega here is, again, back down the choke, is too far away, and it takes you up the fight for too long. I don't think it's fully necessary either. Like, you're basically full HP here. I think you're relatively okay, right? What about going, like, you can walk on this little ledge thing, right? What about walking from here and playing around this sort of area where on this, like, ledge over here, you've got cover from here, right? You can drop off the high grounds,
yeah,
go for your Moira, right? What about this ledge? Around about here,
yeah, that looks pretty decent.
right?
Good.
And also, again, all these options here, you can name them A, B, and C. All those options
Yeah,
are mid-fight rotation. And again, linking back to being hidden, Junkrat, or being unpredictable, I don't think D.Va is going to predict that you're going to be here, right? Why? Because A, there's a wall here. I mean, I know there's like grates can still see through whatever, right? But there's also a wall here too. It's unpredictable. You're hidden because the wall hides you. And as a result, you can deepen your angle. If D.Va drops off the high grounds or D.Va leaves you alone, you can deepen your angle and again look for some kind of one shot onto the enemy team. I know they're too far right now. They're too far away, but they'll get closer eventually. But again, it allows you to deepen your angle later, right? Kind of the main thing. Those are some options that you have there. But yeah, this is telegraphed because D.Va can see you, so she knows where you are. It's dangerous because you're close to D.Va, and as a result, you end up dying. And also
yeah.
you're split from your supports team, sadly. Okay. Alright. We'll see here. Okay. Thank you, your team, for clutching that up. Okay. Okay. This is fine. Sure. I think this is the fight where you go right side. You go a little bit deeper. I think. Okay. D.Va, yeah, again, D.Va no boosters, right? So, from here, well, what are some positions we can move to?
To the other side of the bridge or thingy,
Yeah,
and look for combos.
yeah. So, like, literally any place. Like, I don't really care where specifically. You've got a buffet of options, really. You can go up to the bridge, you can go like this and go for the Mercy. You can do this, go up top and go for the Kiri. You can do this, go a little bit wider, which is okay, because it's a bit later, it's a bit safer. You can do that as well. Or you can walk. You can take this angle where your Doomfist is playing right now. You can just walk forward like this, go here, and go for the Kiri. Either's okay, right? Usually the best pathing, or the best path, and this is a little bit, this won't matter too much at this level of play, but it matters more at high level play. The best option out of these ones is the one with the most amount of cover. So let's say over here, right? Kiriko can see you all the way from here, right? If you decide to go and take this angle here and go with this direction, she can see you the entire time. Whereas if you mine up the high grounds, that's a little bit harder, right? Because the high ground acts as cover. So it's harder for Kiriko to prevent you, right? And usually as Junkrat, again, you want to be pathing where you've got more cover that hides your hitbox and again makes you more unpredictable, as I've been saying throughout, and also makes you safer because again, he's not going to be shooting you the entire time you pop up the high ground here. So again, the high ground here is the better option. I think you do go high ground here, I think. But yeah, just to mention that, right? But any of those options there would be great. Hide the bomb there, sure. Fine. Sure. And now, great angle, right? Nice one shot. Or two shots, right? But nice. Now this is also fine too. You get the one shot, you deepen your angle, this is good. Right? T target's below us. And we go for the echo. Nice, right? Nice. Sure. Maybe a small thing there is putting a trap on your feet because you have no concussion mine at this point in time. So you might want to put a trap at your feet and then try and trap the Symmetra. Of course as well, if you're a little bit more mechanically confident, you can just stay on the high ground here and go for the one shot from this distance. Again, I'm not gonna cry about it too much. People like Aquamarine will sometimes chop off high grounds to get the one shot up close, especially if they're 250 HP, so you can get the million. In this case, again, you can step high ground here, you'll be fine, right? But it's okay to drop in some cases. My point. But yeah, the drop is like a minor mistake. It's nothing. But yeah, I think this is if you can do this every fight that you play, or most fights that you can play, you will get out of silver. Very quickly. But yeah. And here again, I was saying, don't panic, right? Like, you've gotten 2 kills, right? Like, you're doing well, right? Like, there's no need to panic out this engagement. Right? So just wait for your mind, right? Just think you like just slow down a little bit. So yeah. So this is the placement's fine, more than fine, right? Detonate it immediately, I think, because it goes a little bit too far. Yeah, a little bit too far. Just put it on your feet and you can move away, right? So if you put it on your feet, you get damage from onto the Symmetra, and then you can also leave doing it, so you accomplish 2 things at once. Or again, you can just put it behind the Symmetra so you can boop her into a team. Either one's fine. There's a little bit of micro there with your concussion. Okay. Nice. Alright. And last part, you get the nice tire. Okay, speed up here. Nice, nice, nice. Sure. Right. And the timing, you do get a good tire here, right? So I won't spend too long talking about this because the tire is actually really good. I guess the key thing to mention is again the timing of it, because I don't want you to tire and then every single person on the enemy team is gonna look at this direction and look at your tire, right? You want the team, these guys to be distracted, and you want these guys to be looking at your Doomfist, looking at your Juno, looking at the point, so they have to touch it, right? So the timing's really important with tire, but you get it, the timing was good, so no real complaints. And again, if you want to be able to get timing down to a T, look at your Doom. I want your crosshair, I want your arrow, this little arrow, to be at your Doomfist, because he's the big distraction, for your tire. But yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, and then yeah, here you get the 2 kills. Right. And here again, you're overcomplicating it too much, right? If I slow it down, really. Right. You overflick the mine to the left, right? So the mine's going too far to the left, and then you overcorrect, and you shoot to the right, I believe. Yeah, you shoot to the right of the symmetric, which is not great, right? You're overcorrecting a little bit too much. You're panicking a little bit too much. You just got 2 kills, right? It's a 5v3. You can chill. You don't need to panic this out too much, right? But yeah, not a bad play, that's all. I will say, do you usually confirm kills, or what's the success rate with Tire, generally?
Like half of my tires, but I usually get only 1, sometimes 2 kills.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah. I think that is. Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, that's fine. I usually say that if you're not getting at least like a lamp force out or a Suzu force out with your tire, you're doing something wrong. Usually, and with the perk, like it should be a free kill most of the time. But yeah. Okay, we'll see. Here. What's a good play? Okay. Back at that a little bit. Cool. While I'm on you saving a mine, that's fine. Well done, fine. Okay. 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 Spamming's okay. I wouldn't spam here immediately because, like, you tell me, what might be the slight issue with spamming a little bit early?
They will know that I'm there and
Exactly.
they'll avoid it.
Exactly, right? Like, they will literally bang on, you know? Because if I'm this Echo, do I want to fight a Junkrat in this room? Hell no! You know, I'm not coming in this room with a Junkrat. I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna flank her on this side and leave the Junkrat alone, right? And if Echo's playing smart, and if Echo's playing over here, it's a lot harder to get value on Junkrat. You need to move and try and deepen your angle, right? So you're giving your position away. And again, it's really important, and I talk about this a lot in the Junkrat video I'm making. It's really important that you're unscouted and you're hidden, and you're basically like, they don't know where you are. It's like a really important factor on Junkrat, because your character, your damage is so inconsistent. But you need to have that threat of surprise all the time. So yeah, you can see the Echo pre-fires the doorway here with their sickies because of it. And again, I want the trap itself to get a little bit flush with the doorway. Just not as direct. But yeah. Second thing to mention here was deepening the angle. So off D.Va, the on Orisa now, but it's honestly a similar kind of thing, because Orisa is less mobile. She can't walk onto you as immediately or as quickly as the D.Va can, so you can just move around her, which is nice. You're not going to get punched for it directly. So how come you don't deepen your angle with your Moira here, right? And you don't try and, like, I think we can both agree, on Concussion Mine, some shots onto the Echo, they'd be quite nice, you know? I think that could confirm a kill. So what stops you from going here with your Moira?
Nothing, I think. Maybe the guy behind the Orisa might have noticed me, but I don't know who it was.
Right, maybe, right? But what impact does this is an honor, right? What impact does this honor have on your ability to flank to the right side? You know? It's a bit of a trick question. Nothing, right? Exactly.
Nothing,
There's no impact, right? You know, we sort of assess how dangerous is it for you to flank it to the right. I think we can both agree it's not that dangerous, right? I think worst case scenario, this Orisa will spin in like this and try and clear you out, right? And if that happens, mine out, right? You can mine yourself out, you can go back here, you can play this little room, right? You'll be fine. That is the ultimate point. But yeah, if you see an opportunity to deepen your angle, take it. Because the damage, it's not bad, it's not like you're going by not going right side, but it's a missed opportunity for sure. Trap's okay. A fortify. In fairness, because she's wasted fortify here, I'm more okay with you damaging Orisa here because she wasted fortify. Okay. And small thing too, I see this all the time in metal ranks. you don't need to walk forward into Orisa, right? You can damage Orisa from here, away from the Orisa, with playing this corner, just as well as you can damage the Orisa by walking forward here, right? But of course, if you're playing here, you have cover to use. And you're further away, which means you're safer, right? Referring back to that distance factor that I mentioned earlier, you need that against tanks, because you don't want an Orisa to spin onto you and javelin you into a wall, right? Like, this is scary. So yeah, there's a famous saying by a coach called Capitology, who always said to players, get off corners, right? Play off of these corners so you've got a distance, and you can still play the corner anyways, or play the cover, because you can juggle peek, right? You can play it like this, basically. If I'm being really nitpicky, you can bounce your nades off the wall, right? Because you're Junkrat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Because I can tell you, a better Orisa will spin directly onto you, avoid your trap, and javelin you into a wall, and punish you immediately because you're playing too close. Okay. After you kill Orisa, right? After you kill Orisa, where can you go to?
I can go to the right, to the way. There was the echo. I might try to take her out.
Yeah.
Oh, she's too far away.
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
I mean, you don't even need to. It doesn't really matter about who you go on. But I think the point is that, hey, I can spam this corridor, or hey, I can look for value here, basically, right? And again, we be referring back to that unscouted idea. Who's gonna know that you're coming through here, right? How can they ever know, right? It's hard for them to know because they can't see you here, right? If I go back to, if I put the camera here, right? Are any of them? I'll slow it down here a little bit. None of them are looking at this doorway. None of them are looking here. None of them. Widow, no. Echo, no. Honor, no. Right? And now that even Echo, right, they're still moving in this direction. Even though Echo's moving left side here, she's not looking to the left. They're not expecting a Junkrat coming through here. And then, look at this, right? Like, you can get, look at this insane damage here, you know? Imagine the value you could have gotten here by deepening the angle and pushing after you kill the Orisa, right? So, I guess my question here becomes, why do you not, again, go right side? What stops you from going right side?
Nothing. I could have just gone there.
Right, maybe you feel you're a little bit, maybe you feel a little bit scared, right? Maybe you feel like you're at a little bit of danger here, right? But let's flip it a little bit, right? They should be scared of pushing you, right? If I'm Echo and I know, so let's say somehow the Echo knows that you're here, right? And she shouldn't, she's not aware of that, but let's say she is, right? Am I gonna push a Junkrat through this corridor? Absolutely not, right? Why? Because I can get one shots, right? It's very, very, very easy for you to one shot a character that's coming through this corridor. Very easy, right? And again, when we talk about risk baiting, again, that's where that idea comes back into play, right? Where you're baiting people to make a risky play to come and clear you, right? That links back into that idea too. So, a big, again, missed opportunity there to go right side and deepen your angle. And again, this looks a bit sketchy, right? Like, pushing a Widowmaker here, it's a bit sketchy. Of course, if you are going to do this, how can you dive bomb the Widow? Or how can I kind of give it away? But how can you dive the Widow here? That's a little bit more untelegraphed or a little bit unpredictable.
Using a mine, so I will come from. So I will have some height,
Yeah.
and so she would have to look up
Yeah,
to
right?
catch me.
It's mechanically a lot more difficult for it to flick up and hit a shot, especially a headshot, if you're coming up on top of her. So again, it's less telegraphed, it's more unpredictable, it's more scary. And I'm sure you've seen, like, those Junkrat compilations of people coming from the skybox and one-shotting someone, right? That's where that idea comes from. It's being unpredictable, it's not being seen, is the idea. Okay. And yeah, honestly, that's really risky. Thankfully, again, your Doom goes in, so it draws a little bit of attention away. But yeah. And somehow, these guys, the Ana, Echo, and Kiri, get away with it, right? And then I think we can agree that, you know, had they been played a little bit better, then, you know, you can actually get these kills onto these characters. Still get them anyways, but yeah, you could have gotten them yourself. Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. I think I mentioned, yeah, to put the trap here. I wouldn't recommend going all the way around left side. I think I mentioned this during the play itself, right? Just can't see anything.
I don't see
right?
anything.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
But let's maybe flip this a little bit, right? What? How do I? What's the question? How do I phrase this? When could it be viable to take this angle here?
Maybe where the enemy pushes a bit more in, so I can uh, surprise them from behind. Maybe.
On the right lines, right? So does anyone on the enemy team know that you're here?
No,
No,
I think not.
you're hidden, right? We'll
Maybe
just
maybe they saw that I'm throwing some bombs, but I don't think
yeah, of
they did.
course. Yeah, right. So of course, then just don't throw some bombs here, obviously, right? But for the most part, no, which is good. That's what we want, right? Um, now how could you potentially tire from here? Maybe if you had it,
Um,
would this be a good tire
mm,
location or around about here?
Preferably as close as possible, so I can just mm, uh, surprise them really
Yeah,
quickly as soon as possible.
yeah, right, exactly, right.
From
So I think this angle becomes viable. And to put it short, right? I think this angle becomes viable once you've got a tire because they can't see you here, right? Which is good. That's a good positive quality. But of course, you can't see them, which makes the damage really hard to get, or it makes it really hard to do damage, right? But I can absolutely see you flanking through here next time you're on the ball, hiding in this corner, popping tire, riding the tire on the little the wall, and then bursting with someone with the nitro, and then getting 2 kills or getting a kill, right? That could be a great play. Um, but yeah, there's in other words, right? I'm not gonna, I don't want to fully rule out this angle because there's positives about playing here. But yeah, obviously it's a little bit scuffed. Okay. See here? Yeah, more guys, a little bit unfortunate. I'll play this bit back here a little bit because I want to see where the rest of your team are playing. Yeah. I think next time you're playing the pool, it's probably better for you to hold here because if you get pushed out, let's say the enemy team push you here, right? You just go back here, and this is a nice place to play, right? It's nice and close to them. You've got Mega, you like to play here. Conversely, if the enemy team don't push this angle and they instead, they push, not good color, they push here, then you just punish them, right? I think this is just again pre-fight positioning, and that's specific to this map. But yeah, because here obviously here, right, like you can't really punish the backline. If I put the camera here, when does the Orisa walk? Eventually. Right. I think she walks in now after you do punches in. Yeah, right. Like now, like this is great for you because now you can actually punish the Ana walking through. But of course, because of what you are playing, it's really hard to punish the Ana because of the angle that you're playing. Right, it's down main. The Orisa is right in front of you. But yeah, so next time it's probably better to play the other side. Again, if the Orisa does push you this side, then again you just play back here. But yeah. Okay. The other option I was gonna say here is how can you still flank around here to get behind potentially?
I can take the route on the left I took earlier, or yeah, I think like that, or the room on the right, but it's really far away.
Yeah, so like it's honestly it's either one isn't ideal, right? But what you could do is put a mine here, fly over, and then come from behind, or you could do the exact same thing from here. You can put a mine. It's a bit more awkward here because of the rooftop here, but you can fly over and then try and get someone here, right? So it's the same idea. But you're essentially again doing that mid-fight rotation, and the thing that tells you, or what tells you to rotate here? What should tell you to? Oh, I need to start moving right now. Or I need to start flanking. What tells you that in the game? What should tell you that?
Pushing.
Exactly, right? Your Orisa and your Doomfist, the tank's doing something. So literally right now, when your Doom's going in right now, I want a mine here, fly over, and then boom, you can get there quickly. But yeah, of course I'd prefer you to be there from the get-go. Okay. You get, yeah, Terra Sludge there. I've got a saying, whenever you stack main, you deal less damage, and you take more of it yourself. And I think that's a good case of it there, where you took damage from Terra Surge, and so far, we haven't really done much to the enemy team's backline, really. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, like now, especially now, right? Like, now is where we really need to go. We need to go. But yeah. Been unfortunate. Yeah, we almost fell off the map there too. And yeah, we get out here. Somehow we get out. But again, against better players, you won't get out. And this is again the key thing. It's like you get the Mega. And I said this as well. Why not go here? What stops you in the game? Again, is it like you're too scared or something, or what is it that stops you from going right side?
And, I don't know. Nothing really stops me. I saw the Orisa is pushing and the team is pushing, so I should back out with my team. Maybe I thought.
Sure. I guess that comes into the idea of like, how risky is it to go right side here when the other is pushing? And I think here the answer's not very, right? Because does the enemy team, let's say, does the enemy team right now know where you are?
No.
No, right?
No
Is it
idea.
unpredictable? Is this Ana, right? It's Kiriko. Even better actually, because she can be one shot. Is the Kiriko going to expect a Junkrat coming through here? Do you think?
No, I
No.
think not.
No, probably not, right? Now, why? Because A, there's cover, right? It hides our positioning. Again, it makes us hidden, as I've said many times. Secondly, we're in the mid fight, right? So her attention is probably directed towards Clarissa and the rest of your team down main here, right? So she's not thinking naturally about what's coming over here, left side. There's a saying, the more aggressive a play, the later it needs to be timed. And that's a good case of it here. Where again, Kiriko's not going to expect you to come right side here. And it's that small difference, that tiny little difference, right? Between gaining a kill and winning a fight, or not getting a kill and losing a fight. And if you do, again, if you're able to do this to flank right side here, and get that one shot consistently, you will absolutely climb. But yeah. Okay. Again, here we can barely see anything. Yeah, there's a video wrist right in front of us, right? We can't get a one shot into anyone. It's a little bit scary. It's a bit scuffed here. And we do, thankfully, we do flank deeper, right? Our Doom's currently in, so this is good. I like this. I don't mind jumping here after Javelin's been used. I don't mind this. Nice. And it's a good effort for your character, right? So this is good. I like this. This is good. Nice. And I think we get the fight. We win the fight here. Nice concussion mine. Nice. Cool. And last fight here, I think it's just tire, right? It's like come
I
out.
think I messed it up. I forced the TP, but that wasn't a lot of value.
Right. I think again, the thing with tire that I want you to be the mindset that you need to be in, and I think you already are in that mindset. In sometimes, right? Your first tire is being hidden. They can't. How can I have that element of surprise, right? So we talked about that angle here from the get go. We talked about this angle here, but it doesn't need to be here, right? It could be here, right, where we're hidden. No one's gonna know that we're here, right? It could be here, right, where we put a trap here, right? It could be here, right? Maybe we let them walk in a little bit, we hide around about here, and we tire, right? We're hidden every single time. We could even, I think you can jump on this little thing here too, and you can be a little bit more hidden
Oh, I
as
didn't
well.
know that.
Yeah, you can. I think you can try it in a custom game, but I'm pretty sure you can. And here as well, the same thing on side two. I think I'm pretty sure you can. But yeah, you can be hidden there for sure. Okay, you win the fight anyway, so yeah. All right, we'll do a quick summary here, and I'll answer any clarifications or questions you may have as well. But I think the main thing is those mid fights rotations.
Yeah.
Right. So some examples that we saw. So literally the Kiri that we just saw now on the Mega, or by the Mega. Or also after we pick up, we get the Mega. Good example. The very first fight where the D.Va flew away. So we can go in Symmetra. Other fights, let me think. We can say second fight as well. Where we died to D.Va. Or instead we can flank around a little bit more. We can also say And the last example I think I want to use here is what was it? It was like you're trying to move backwards, basically moving backwards, to go to avoid to basically create distance against D.Va. First
Mhm.
D.Va on that first point when you guys had the point and you walked in front of the sim D.Va, you could have moved backwards and then you could have gotten the Symmetra instead of going left. That's kind of the big thing with these rotations. Second thing, I think it links onto this as well, is being hidden or unpredictable. And again, it links back into that first point because the cover hides your character. So again, let's say that second point. So essentially, this point here, and the example I want to use is where we could have gone into the Ana, Widow, Echo, right? Where we could have like blanked through here, and this wall, this big ass wall, hides us, right? It stops them from having that knowledge that hey, there's gonna be a Junker coming through here, right? That's kind of the big thing there. Links back into the rotation. And the last thing I'll say, onto this point here too, is the tires, right? Being hidden, hiding those like little nooks and crannies. The first tire was really good. That's a really good example of that. So more of those first tires. And third thing, let me think. Guitars are okay. I'll say patience. Oh god, I'll say patience on Junkrat. So again, like, not panicking out mines. Micro your tire, your what's it called? Traps on corners rather than out on the open. On corners. And what else to do? I'll say timing. I'll say something like timing with your tires. Specifically the second tire that you did because it was a bit late around about over here. But yeah, I think the overarching point is that a lot of the time you could be flanking deeper based on the tanks and based on again in the first point it was the D.Va, right? Playing distance and getting away from that D.Va, getting away from that Orisa is kind of the big thing. I'll say this as well, actually, keeping distance.
Uh-huh.
Well, those are the key 3 points. Any questions, queries, concerns, clarifications, things like that you might have?
Uh, I think you said everything important. I don't have anything.
Good, yeah, good to hear. I mean, again, that was a fairly decisive game, right? Like you won that game decisively, and there was still
Yeah.
there was still a ton of stuff you could do better, to win this game even better, right? But yeah, hopefully, you can get that.